Welcome everyone to our second episode of Java Programming Bootcamp. In our last episode, we discussed what are the syllabus that we are going to cover in this particular bootcamp. So, in this episode, we will be discussing what are the various languages across the various languages across the globe. Let's understand it. What is the meaning of a language, and what do we need to write it if we are going for any programming language here? So, as a human being, if you focus on this, what is a language for us? Language is a medium through which we interact with others, right? We interact with others, we communicate with each others, and because of it, we are able to share things with each other. Correct? This is a language. Yeah. So the question is, suppose I want to communicate with a computer. Say I want to communicate with a computer, then we need a language, right? Because that is a different entity, we are a different entity, so we need a language, and it should be a language which can be understood by both the computer and also by the human being. This is mandatory because a computer is a non-living being. But the thing is, computers only understand the binary language. This is an important stuff because if your funda is clear, if your concepts are clear, then you can do anything. So what I know here, understand that the computer only understand the binary language. Binary language means zeros and ones. Only it understand this thing. So it is not possible to pass each and every sort of interaction, every sort of instructions in form of zeros and ones. Not possible for us to do this, right? That is why programming language came into picture. Programming languages came into picture. Lots of programming language are there across the globe, right? Out of them, one of the popular programming language is our Java programming, where we can pass the instruction in form of a human readable language, right? We can pass the instruction in form of a human readable language, and computer will internally convert it into 0 and 1, and and accordingly it will perform the task for human interaction, right? So this interaction can be between two human beings or between a human being and a computer. So what are these programming languages? So second thing, types of programming languages. There is a evolution of programming language over the period of time since it started. So the thing we see here is types of programming language. Mainly there are three types of programming languages. Yeah, three types. First one is our known as procedural programming. Second one is functional programming. Functional programming. language. And the third one that we see is object-oriented programming language. So object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language. So three types of programming language we see across the globe here. Procedural, second one is functional, and the third one that we have in case is object-oriented programming language. So what is this procedural programming? Procedural, let's understand it. Procedural programming languages follows a series of step-by-step procedure, that is, each step that is for each step in a systematic manner. They follow a series of step by step. That is, one step will be completed, then it will go for the second one. If second one is will be completed, then it will go for the third one, and so on. Then it contains a systematic order of statements, functions, and commands to complete a particular task. It contains a systematic order of statement, function, and commands to complete a particular task, right? So say, for example, let's suppose I'm taking one example here. Suppose I want to perform sum of two numbers. Say I want to perform sum of two numbers. So what we can do here, we will have the first approach, take input of first number. This will be first step. Second will be take input of second number, right? This is procedure step by step. And then there is sum of two number. So then step three, then do the sum of two number. And finally, what we can do, print the output to the user. This is a procedural way of programming, step by step. Then we have the second kind of programming language, which is called as functional programming. So if you see, lots of programming languages are available. Procedural programming. Let me just show you programming languages across the globe. So you see here, we have a C. So we can just see foundational language is here, which is known for its efficiency and low level memory access. So we can give here example of C programming. Correct. Then functional programming language. So functional programming languages we have follows a different approach. That is, if I say they only work, so they work only in form of pure functions. We will have a function here, and what they will do, these functions will never modify the existing variables, but they will only create a new one as an output, and this output will be sent to the user. Here we have the concept of functions only. They will not modify the existing one, but a new output they will create, and that you can send it to the user. Lots of functional programming are also there. So if I just show you functional programming languages, yeah, we have Idris, PureScript, Haskell, Lin, Lots of pure functional programming languages are there. Python also supports some concept of function. JavaScript, even Java also supports lambda expression here. We will see that one by one. Okay. Finally, the object. This is the most important thing. This is the most important thing, and it is present and future. Forget about the past. Object oriented programming focuses on objects, focuses on objects here, and it is helps and it increases the modularization, decoupling, decoupling of code, increases the reusability. So increases the reusability and maintenance becomes easier. We will discuss it how it is. Java also supports the object-oriented programming features. Object-oriented programming features. Okay. So these are the types of programming languages. Lots of object-oriented programming is there. Even Python is there. C++ is there. So object-oriented programming. If you see here, lots of programming language, you can see Java, Python, C++, C Hash, JavaScript, Ruby, PHP, Swift. All these programming languages we can utilize based on our requirement and based on our choices as well. On our YouTube channel, we are going to cover each and everything in detail, step by step. So please follow it. So that's all for this video. If you are still watching, please do not forget to like and share, and also hit the subscribe button for our YouTube channel. And we will continue from the next part. Thank you very much.